you don't do it, then you are doomed to failure. You will wallow in the halls of those with little chance of improvement. You will deem yourself a failure. Wailing and gnashing of teeth will commence. It's all about networking, one of those words we all claim to understand, yet are always trying to understand. And sometimes it makes us all feel a little soiled. Our guest is a professor at the Harvard Business School and author of Sidetracked: Why Our Decisions Get Derailed and How We Can Stick to the Plan. From one of my one-time homes, Boston, Massachusetts, let's welcome Francesca Gino to Midpoint. Francesca, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This caught our attention. Professional networking makes people feel dirty. What do you mean by that?
It's something that we heard from executives, MBA students, and even undergraduates all the time. This idea that whenever we are networking, we are trying to form new relationships, new ties with others that are going to be helpful to us in the future from a professional point of view, we sort of feel uncomfortable and dirty. So this is something that we decided to investigate and do research on.
Okay, so what did you find then? Because it would seem that, look, networking is a key element of any business. You've got to get out there. You've got to meet people. So isn't it something that you've really got to overcome if you want to be successful?
Yes, you're completely correct. There is wonderful research across a variety of disciplines showing that networking is really crucial and important to one's performance, one's advancement in the job. And so the reason why we were motivated and interested in studying it is to try to understand why we feel this way. And what we find in our work is that these feelings actually prevent us from networking more often, and that is detrimental to our performance.
Is it maybe just that people aren't comfortable in large crowds? Because that's what I find at a lot of these events. They just feel like they're penned in some ways. And maybe that's a key. If you learn to deal with all that, you learn to be maybe a little more open, a little more gregarious maybe even, you'll have an opportunity to meet people and you won't feel so dirty.
So that could certainly contribute to it. But what is interesting, I think, about the work that we have conducted is no matter what the context is, whether you're in a large event or you are just one-on-one really, the very fact that there is an intention that you have in creating a tie that is going to benefit you professionally feels almost selfish. So you know that this is what's happening. You know that I'm sort of using this to my benefit in the future. And the other side doesn't necessarily have this information. And that makes us feel like we're being deceitful and makes us feel dirty, uncomfortable, and inauthentic.
I'm curious, has social media made it worse? Because that many times, almost all times, it can be very anonymous. But when we're talking about meeting, you've actually got to deal with somebody face to face.
So it's an interesting question, and we try to look at different ways and different platforms, if you will, where networking happens. One argument is that the social media is actually normalizing the process in the sense that you see everybody engaging in networking all the time, and that might provide an interesting and easy justification for you to feel more comfortable doing it.
All right, so I got about a minute left here. Tell us how people then can network and not feel dirty in the process.
Yeah, so that's the entire goal of the research, to actually point to the problem, but also be helpful to people. A very simple solution is changing our own mindset in how we approach networking. So next time we are there trying to build this important time for our careers, rather than just focusing on the fact that we are getting something out of people, we should focus on what we can give in that relationship. And I'm pretty sure that we all have something to offer.
So actually focus more on being friendly than wanting someone to be friendly and receptive to you.
Exactly. It's that simple.
See that? Not bad. It's that simple. Maybe I could actually learn to network, although I think I've been doing it now for about 40 years in one frame or another. The book, once again, I want to point out to people, is called Sidetracked: Why Our Decisions Get Derailed and How We Can Stick to the Plan. Professor Francesca Gino, thank you so much for joining us. We'll teach him how to network on a day-to-day basis and make it work, Professor. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. For those who look to Hollywood every year around this time and believe the Academy Awards are a true window to the soul of life, limb, and Southern California, trust me, Cityscape is about to change your mind once and for all, because there's a little bit more to LA than Hollywood. It's next, right here on Midpoint.